Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm showing you how to make this lovely Halloween witch frame. So I am getting a bit obsessed with frames at the moment. If you look back on the videos you'll see. But I'd downloaded this copyright free picture off the internet, and I had this really nice frame that I thought I would use to do this. So what I did, I cut out the picture so that it would fit in the frame. I had an idea to use UV resin for the actual ball or the moon, whatever she's holding. So I wanted to try and get that as close to the centre as I could, because I had an idea that with lights you'd be able to see through that, or it would shine through, which I'm sure you'll agree at the end it actually does. So I took all the innards out of the frame and I glued down the actual glass to the frame. I just glued it down with Elmer's glue, left it overnight, and it was secure so that no resin could get through it. And then I decided where I wanted the actual picture to go. So once I'd decided where I wanted the picture to go, I decided that it would be a lot easier to position the picture. That's just me picking up a little piece of the table that came off. I don't know why. I've obviously cut it for some reason. So I decided to place the picture where I wanted it, and then with a marker I just marked where I wanted the actual ball or the moon part. It's more like a crystal ball that I've done. So I marked where I wanted that to go so that I could put the UV resin down and it would be in the right spot. So I wasn't like thinking, oh, do I put it here, and everything being where I didn't want it. And I thought that was a smart idea, actually. Use my brain for once. Yeah, so then I just got some UV resin, and I'm using the Let's Resin UV resin, and some little green glitter bits that I got in a pack that I got from Amazon. So I just put a small bit of the UV resin down, and then I quickly flash cured that just for a couple of seconds so it wouldn't move anymore, and it was still sticky. So then I added some of the green glitter just to the back of it to make it shine. So while the crystal ball part of it was curing, I took the actual backing from the frame, you know, the one that you get when you buy the frame, because I didn't want the picture to go, because I was painting on the front of the glass on the frame, I didn't want it to go over the actual backing bit, which would be at the back of it. So I took the sheet of paper that comes with the frame, and I actually cut around that so I could stick that on and use it as like protection for the frame when I was painting it. I did have to go over with some extra sellotape afterwards, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Another smart idea from me. I mean, I don't know where I'm getting these smart ideas from. I really don't. I'm just apologising for my nails there, guys. They're an absolute mess. I really need to do them, and I've not done them tonight. So I cured the crystal ball on both sides, and then I wiped the actual marker off the front of the glass. And as you can see there, I think it looks really nice, that little crystal ball. So then I decided to pierce through the actual ball part of the print, so that I could position it correctly where I wanted it, so that when I was painting the actual witch part, I knew where her hand would be with the crystal ball. So once I'd got everything in position and I decided, yeah, that was where I wanted it, I basically just stuck it underneath the glass with some sellotape. Just checked it to make sure that it was okay, and it did. It worked out fine. So then I made sure that everything was lined up again with the actual mount of the frame, and then I stuck down the paper that I'd cut so that I could paint, and it would only the paint would only go in the areas that I wanted it on the frame. So here I just put the mount back over and just went round it again with the marker, and then I made sure that the sellotape went up to that line just so that it didn't bleed out anywhere. So I'm just using cheap black and white acrylic paints, and I'm going to mix them into different grey colours so that I can put them around the frame or around the painting like it is, like it's printed off. Now, I'm not an artist, guys, and I've said this before. I can just about paint my nails and that's it. But I did try with this one. I tried to copy it as much as I could. Yeah, I think it turned out okay, actually. I do need to practice, and I do probably need to put more paint on when I'm painting these things, but, you know, I don't put that many layers on my nails, so I didn't on the painting. So I'm just going around the crystal ball here with some white because I wanted it to like reflect or show that it was brighter around it. So I went round with the white, tried to get it as close to a circle as I possibly could. I mean, it's nearly there. And then I basically just tried to merge all the other colours together. Now, it was at this point I realised that, oh no, I'm actually painting over the actual painting that I'm trying to copy. So I do take that out in a moment, and I had an ingenious idea how to get the witch perfect. So I wanted to add some of the green glitter around the edge of the actual crystal ball as though it was coming out of it. I did originally try to use a little bit of paint water just to see if I could pick up some of the glitter, and that didn't work. So I ended up using a little bit of UV resin. I just put it to one side, squirted it on a palette and dipped the actual tool into the glitter with the UV resin on it. Now, it did clump up and I found it hard to spread about, so I need to try and figure out how to do that if I'm going to do that in future. But it did work out, thankfully. So this is where my ingenious idea came in. I decided to cut the witch out and to paint the back of it. But I didn't video it. So what I did, I basically painted the back of the witch and then I pressed her down onto the frame, and then I just painted over the actual outline of it. Now, like I said, I'm not an artist, so she's a bit wonky, let's say. Her hat's a bit misshapen. She looked like she was lopsided, so I gave her a big bum, basically. There's nothing wrong with a big bum, I say. So, yeah, I just filled it in with black. And then, of course, I needed to do around the edges some trees. So I went in with some lighter grey and a little bit of white. I think one of them looks like a bit like a tree. The other ones I'm not so sure about. But like I say, I'm happy with it, how it turned out. I should probably practice painting because I'm not the best. And I'm sure you could all do better. But I'm quite happy with how it worked out. So once I've finished the painting, I just then peeled off the backing, and I was really pleased with how it turned out. One of the lines was a little bit wonky, but well, it matches the witch really, and it nearly fit perfectly, just a slight millimetre on each side out. And then I decided that I wanted to make it more 3D, the actual crystal ball. So I added some more UV resin and I quickly flash cured that. And then once it was dry, I then let it set overnight so that I could actually add some resin over the top of it all. And I think it looks really nice. So I used the normal resin that I get, which is Ink Labs. I get that from Amazon. And originally I did 10 mils of part A, 10 mils of part B, but there wasn't enough, so I did have to mix a little bit more. But then I just basically put it onto the glass part of the frame and then made sure I smoothed it out. At one point you will see me actually lift up the frame just to move the resin about a little bit, and then I let that set overnight. So what do you think? I think it's turned out quite well actually. I'm really pleased with it. And I did add some lights around the inside of the frame so that you could actually light it up at night, have it near your door for trick-or-treaters, or use it as a night light. And I really do like that effect on it. So if you did like the video and you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and please do like the video. Liking the video helps me push it out and helps other people see it. And please do comment. If you could think of anything else that I could have added, please do let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.